Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katelyn, and today we are continuing the 100 Dragon Challenge. So this week, I'm finally back from VidCon and RTX, and it was super fun, and I had a lot of fun looking through your guys' entries from the past couple weeks. But before we dive into that, let's go ahead and go over what we're doing today. So I'm kind of leaning into the meme, guys. We're gonna do an alien dragon. Right now we have an Area 51 meme going around, so I thought I'd take advantage of the time and do a cool alien dragon, and also take from another suggestion, making a lindworm style dragon. So this type of dragon, basically, imagine a snake that only had its forearms. So a lindworm is just a very long dragon with only two front arms. So I thought that would work really well for an alien dragon, and I've seen a lot of comments asking for me to do a lindworm or some other type of dragon shapes. So I was like, let's just do it for this one. I think it fits really well. It just kind of could give it a weird, creepy, snake-like look. So I really wanted to lean into that design for this overall look. And with that, I kind of wanted to give it some weird tentacle-y shapes, and I drew a lot of inspiration from a couple of different places. As you guys know, obviously there's Alien, like the Xenomorph. I absolutely love the design of the Xenomorph, so I took some inspiration from that in terms of the head shape and adding some of the tendril-y shapes that also the Xenomorph also has. But then I also really love StarCraft. So when I was growing up, I played a ton of StarCraft, and I always played as the Zerg. So I would have to say that this guy is pretty heavily inspired by that. I just really have always loved the different Zerg designs. I don't remember all the units. It's been a very long time since I played it. I did play it when the new StarCraft came out, and I had a blast. God, I haven't touched the game in a long time. The one that I drew a lot of inspiration from for this design, though, was the Hydralisk. I really loved that alien design in particular. It had to be probably my favorite Zerg unit. I just love its design. It's so creepy, it's so cool, and I love the claws in the front. So I kind of leaned in really heavy on those two ideas, and I wanted to incorporate some other alien feel to it. I don't know, I guess I'm combining, the classic gray alien, big head, really intense eyes. I've seen a couple of those that have goat eyes, which I really like that idea at putting it with this one instead of a dragon or reptilian eye or just a big black void. I thought a goat type eyeball would look really cool with this one and give it a weird, creepy vibe. So I also added these little claw pincher things up by the jaw, similar to the Hydralisk, and I think overall this design works really well. I was really excited to jump in and start drawing it. Since this is a lindworm style dragon, I wanted to make sure to show its long, twisty, snake-like body. So I really wanted to really show off how long and tendril-y this guy was. So I put the head pretty close to the foreground and then just went crazy with doing lots of twists and turns with its body, and I had a blast. This guy was really intense and super fun to do, and then I also expanded his design a little bit from the initial sketch. So a lindworm, I know it has the two primary legs in the front, but I thought let's just kind of expand it and add those claw-like arms like the Hydralisk has, and then add some little more centipede-y legs, but only on the front. So it still has the lindworm feel and look and overall structure, but it still has some cool, creepy extra arm elements, everything is still up at the front at the torso. It doesn't have any extra legs or arms going down through the back. So I still feel this is a very lindworm-esque dragon. So now with the sketch done and out of the way, it was time to jump in and do the line art. So with this one, I really wanted the texture to feel like when you look at it, it's just this kind of gross, slimy, smooth skin. Like this one, I really wanted it to be this weirdly smooth creature. Like it almost looks kind of aquatic, but not. I don't really know how to describe it, but just imagine a really slimy, smooth skin is really what I wanted to emulate. So I didn't add a lot of texturing to the skin. I did add a couple of folds and creases and areas to show maybe like a harder exoskeleton. For example, on its head, I could imagine the overall like skull would be like a harder exoskeleton on the outside to protect its face, since I'm assuming it grabs things with its front legs and claws and then just like mauls them with its face. So I assume it would want to protect its face, and I could just imagine it being a much harder skinned area. And then the rest of the body, it would kind of differ between if it would have those like claw-like structures, so probably it would get a little bit harder near the claw area or near the talons on the ends of the feet. And then the rest would be much more slimy and smooth. And then the little segmented plates on the back, I kind of imagine them being also kind of exoskeleton-y, but a little bit softer. It's really hard for me to describe, but just something that isn't like the smooth skin, but like kind of an in-between between an exoskeleton and the smooth skin. I also added these little small circles along the body. I'm trying to remember where I got that inspiration from, but I feel I've seen it on other alien designs or other designs in general that I really liked. And I just think it adds like an interesting sci-fi look to it. I just really liked it. I just went with it. I love it. And now it was time to jump into the color. So I know this one was kind of designed off of a black creature, which is the xenomorph, and a brownish creature with the hydralisk, but I really imagined this being like a white alien. This one was where I kind of leaned into the classic gray alien with keeping it in the lighter tones, because I love the idea of this creepy whitish, bluish, gray creature. So I really wanted to lean into that and make it grays and blues and then have a pop of red in the eyes. I also wanted to give it an interesting, like, I guess you could call it like a throat sack. So right under the jaw going down towards the chest, I put this bluish throat-like sack, and I really like the idea of imagining it could produce like some type of mucus that could be, I guess, corrosive, like a corrosive mucus, and then it would just spit it up and attack its prey with that as well. And then that could also lead into other parts of the body. Like I could see this like dripping from its mouth, dripping off of its claws. Like imagine if this thing had that corrosive acid, kind of like the xenomorph. Was it the xenomorph blood? Am I thinking wrong? I know the face huggers, if you tried to cut them off, it would be the corrosive acid like blood, but I don't remember if xenomorphs also had it too. Ooh, now I gotta go back and rewatch the movies. But either way, I kind of wanted to tie those two together and have some type of corrosive, gross mucus to it. So I had that in mind, that it would produce it in this throat, chest, sack area. And it also gave it a really nice pop of color. Since this guy was gonna be more in the grays and blues and whites, I wanted to make sure that there was a really nice pop of color somewhere. So I really pushed it on the chest for sure. So while this one looks like it's a more simple coloring job, I actually struggled with this a little bit because I didn't want him to look too plain. So I really wanted to push those shadows and some of the detailing to kind of show that he has kind of a tint of color to him. I don't know if I said kind of enough in that sentence. I feel I said it a lot. So guys, it's been a really long week doing this voiceover. My brain is fried. So I wanted to make sure that you could tell he had some type of coloring to, I guess it. We don't know if it's a he or she. I want to make sure that it had some type of coloring to its skin and have like a bluish tint to it. And I just really love how it turned out. I pushed the gray further in the shaded areas and it just worked because now the white for sure is the highlight on the face and the chest. And even though I was uncomfortable with doing this type of coloring, because I haven't really colored a white creature in Copics, I usually only do it in digital art. This actually kind of opened my eyes how to do it even better in digital art. Like, I have so many ideas now for when I do another white creature in the future. I have an idea of how to color it and shade it. So there you go. I learned something every day. Something new from every dragon I draw. It's really awesome. And it was a good challenge. It was something nice to try and really pushed me outside my comfort zone for sure. All right, so we are finishing this dragon up. Really, really love it. It's just so aesthetically pleasing to me. It's just like creepy, but also just mesmerizing with its bright whites and blues. Like, I feel you would be scared as soon as you would see this thing turn the corner, but also just really mesmerized by its strange beauty. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. Maybe that's just me, but either way, absolutely love this dragon. Had so much fun designing our little Area 51 dragon. All right, so with my dragon done, if you guys would like to participate in this week's feature and you want to try your hand at an alien dragon, make sure to post it on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag KM100dragons. But let's jump into the backlog from the past couple weeks of me not being able to do this. First of all, we're doing the fungus dragon, so Kiki's Art Journey and Akuma Rinkaku. Both of you had really awesome ideas. Like Kiki's, I love that you made your little fungus a lamp, and Akuma, I love that you gave a collar to your dragon in the form of the fungus. It was just a cute little touch and I absolutely adored it. Both of you guys did a great job and you guys all nailed the fungus dragon for sure. Next up is the queen dragon, Lark Tail. I love that yours is so reminiscent of like a peacock and I love the colors you picked, really elegant. And Adiana Normal, you knocked it out of the park with both the queen and the king dragon. Really gorgeous headshots. I had to feature at least one of them. Really amazing work. Just the colors, and I love the scarring that you did on the face. Really awesome, and all of you guys did great on your queen dragon. So many amazing designs with so much awesome adornment. Really awesome job. And then finally, the king dragon, Stygian Ink. I really like the crown-ish effect that you gave to the dragon, along with that you gave it so many colors of the rainbow, and it's just a really cool design. And Emma Jean 505, I really like that you gave like these swords and like armor to your dragon. Like you can tell that you took a lot of inspiration from like classical armor and it just looks really cool. And I like the colors that you picked for that one as well. So again, if you guys would like to enter your alien dragon for next week's feature, make sure to post on either Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag KM100dragons. And if you guys have an idea for a dragon, you can go down in the description below. I have a link to a Twitter post that you're welcome to reply to. You can also leave a comment here on this YouTube video or any of the dragon videos. Along with, we do have a Discord server, but if you are going to jump in on there and do a suggestion, make sure to say hi, introduce yourself, and join our little community of tater tots. I have my little potatoes and tater tots over on our Discord, so if you want to go stop by, there's a link for that in the description as well. So thanks again guys so much for stopping by and checking out this video, and I cannot wait to see your guys' alien dragons. See you guys next week.